What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the UFC show. Couldn't do it anywhere. They would have been fucking around while I was doing my podcast. Even if I did it at midnight or anything like that, you know how girls are when they are at a sleepover. It's just drives me nuts. Anyways, but yeah. Sorry I didn't get anything out. When I didn't have time to do the podcast, I really didn't do put my bets out or anything. I don't know. There wasn't really anything that last card that was really bet worthy. There were some bets, but I mean, I don't know if I could have found five, but we're on to UFC 276. That's what we're gonna be placing our bets on. I think we got some good bets on this one. Last card was pretty good. It was pretty fun to watch and not bet on. I had a good time watching the fights and being a fan of the fights. So if you ever see a card and you just don't think that there's anything to bet on, don't feel like you have to bet on anything. There's always the option to just watch a fight. If you're not entertained by just watching fights, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. They're fun to just watch sometimes. I watch a lot of local fights, and I don't bet on any of them. But I'm not saying that if you do bet every fight, cool. Sometimes though, you don't have to. I used to sometimes think that I had to bet fights to make them interesting, but I took that little break and watched them last time. It was pretty fun. Especially because the main event was so amazing. And we'll get to that here in a second. Yeah. I've been doing a lot of stuff just recently, just getting my garden ready. Buying another just fucking box of 48 packets of Kool-Aid. As soon as I saw it, I saw the fucking blue raspberry lemonade, grabbed another 48 packets. This time my son was not with me. We were getting him shit ready for his trip to Washington, D.C. He went to the leadership conference and for the Future Farmers of America. I thought it was pretty cool. He's into some of the ag stuff. He's using our garden for his SAE, which is supervised agricultural experience. So yeah, he's up there learning all kinds of leadership stuff with his chapter, and then meeting a lot of cool people. I actually went on the same trip when I was in high school as well, so that was kind of cool. He got to go on the same trip I did. I wish I really would have been more attentive when I went, because there's so much cool just like spots to go out there and visit. So many monuments and things that you can see out in Washington, D.C. I spent my time fucking buying cheap ass Oakleys from people, vendors on the street and shit. I don't fucking remember hardly anything else besides that. I do remember there was I met a couple girls. This is like in 2004. So I remember writing them in fucking, I think Tennessee and Ohio were the two that I wrote to. Obviously, back then I didn't think anything of it. I was like, these girls dig me, but they're fucking 600 miles away from me. It didn't make sense to me. Shit. But I told him, I was like, shit, you'll probably find a girl and you'll probably be Snapchatting her. See, they didn't have Snapchat when I was there. You had to write each other or give each other a phone number. That's probably your house phone. You know, I don't even remember if I called any of them. There was 2 of them. That was it. But then I fell out of contact with them. That was about it. Um, but yeah, and then they, you learn some leadership stuff, and it's like I don't remember anything from the conference besides that kind of stuff, and you know, it was what it was. It was fun. I hope he has fun. I think it'll be a good experience for him. Get him out of the, get him out of Iowa, around some other people. Anyways, let's get into the UFC picks, and let's get our celebratory chug going on. We got tonight. We've got cream soda. On a little bit of a cream soda kick lately. I like all of them though. I mean, you got to think about it. There's A&W is a big one. That's always usually in a bottle. I can find it. Mug root beer is a really good one. Trying to think of what else ones there are that I've seen. I think Dr. Pepper puts one out, or is it Dr. Pepper and cream soda? I can't remember. That one was pretty legit. But yeah, fucking please give me some suggestions on other cream sodas, because your boy likes it. I get in. I got in last night. I got in from working in the garden, and fucking drank like 2 cans of cream soda, just like just right down. But we'll sip and drink and chug this. Refreshing. Let's start this fucking show. All right, let's start off with the last show, which was the Sarukian versus Gamrot card. Amazing card. Pretty good just from top to bottom here. Let's go ahead and find it here on Sherdog. So tonight started out with Vanessa Demopoulos versus Jinyu Frey. This is a pretty good fight. Demopoulos won this one by split decision. Then we had Mario Batista versus Brian Kelleher. Batista got a rear naked choke submission win here first round. Don't remember that one much. Cody Durden versus JP Buys. Cody Durden won this one by TKO. Sergey Morozov versus Aurelian Paiva. This one, I kind of thought Paiva did pretty well in this one, compared to what people thought he should have done. So it was pretty good for him to, have that kind of showing, when he's been knocked out by, my boy here, Sugar Sean O'Malley. I got my Sugar Sean show on. Gonna be wearing this on Saturday night too. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of everything he does. I think I kind of feel. I feel him. The money fight. Why should you fight? People. I mean, you got to make money in this game, because when you're out of this game, no one gives a fuck about you. You gotta get in, make your money, get out, or make the money while you can, so that way when you're done, you're done. Some fighters just stay too long. You could say that about, I'd say probably Anderson Silva. I'd say that about Chuck Liddell. Tito Ortiz has been in the fucking game, probably still fighting. I don't know. Just guys that they should have probably left, but they should have made their money and left. Called it a career when they could have. Then we had Shylin versus TJ Brown. This one, I thought it was a kind of a closer fight, but the Shylin, he really did very well grappling with TJ Brown, who TJ Brown trains with Bryce Mitchell. And TJ Brown just, wow, I didn't expect him to get beat like that, but I don't know. Shalian got the win there. Thought it was a pretty good fight. I think TJ Brown will be back. I think he's got some more stuff he's got to work on before he comes back and is able to really put his stamp at featherweight. Next we saw Carlos Ulberg versus Nchukwu. Carlos Ulberg won this one via TKO. Chris Curtis versus Rodolfo. I believe Chris Curtis was the underdog on this fight. He ended up getting a unanimous decision over Rodolfo Vieira. Very good fight. Next we had Umar Nurmagomedov versus Nathan Maness. This one, Umar Nurmagomedov, we'll just call him Umar. Umar could have finished him so many times. I think he was just looking to get a decision win on his record. Prove that he could go all 3 rounds, dominate all 3 rounds. But it's like, why? Just finish them. I'm more impressed that you can finish them than go all 3 rounds. Who cares? But yeah, I mean, Umar is gonna probably be a pretty good prospect in the bantamweight division. He could probably be champion here eventually. That smish style. Then we had the Coco main event. Thiago Moises versus Christos Giagos. Moises got the rear naked in the first round. Pretty impressive. Then we had Josh Parisian versus actually that was like one of the first few fights of the Josh Parisian versus Alan Badeau. This was a fucking shit show. This was fucking terrible. Alan Badeau does not belong in the UFC. Alan Badeau cannot fucking stop a takedown from a fucking JV wrestler, a junior high wrestler, a fucking 6th grade fucking never wrestled before takedown. Fucking dude sucks at fucking takedown defense. Parisian's fucking, he shot fucking the worst shot I ever seen, and fucking Badeau's like, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm going down. Fucking pathetic. That's all there is to it. Fucking pathetic. I mean, Badeau dropped Parisian in the first round, but then he couldn't fucking stop Parisian from taking him down. Fucking what? Get the fuck out of here. Quit fucking wasting my time with your bullshit. Um, then we had Shavkat Rachmanov versus Neil Magny. Shavkat got this done with 2 seconds left in the second round. Dude, fucking like hats off to Magny, fighting tough fights because Shavkat's fucking tough. Probably one of the future at welterweight. Maybe give him a little bit more time, but he is definitely he's going to be a contender someday, in my opinion. Dude can do everything. Then Matus Gamrot versus Arman Sarukian. This was a fucking battle. The level of grappling in this match was just phenomenal. I don't know how else to explain it. These guys are on a whole different level. Fucking takedowns and scrambles and everything. This fight had everything. If you would have had Arman win this fight, I wouldn't have argued with you. Gamrot won. I don't argue with it. It was that damn good of a fight. Gamrot won. I think he won probably the last 3 rounds. But I think it was such a good fight. I think it's going to be fight of the year. Some people are going to say Chimaev versus what was I thinking of? I'm thinking of the right person, right? Chimaev versus Burns, was it? I hope I'm thinking of the right one. Hamzat, yeah. We had Hamzat versus Burns. We had Glover Teixeira versus Yuri. All fight of the year candidates. But a 5-round battle like this, that was just phenomenal. I don't know how else to put it, because it was just that good of a fight. I think both these guys are the future. They've got the talent, they've got the wrestling, they're high level, they're elite. It's just gonna be a matter of time before they see each other again. It could be a title eliminator. It could be for the championship eventually. I don't know. I think we're going to see him fight again, though, because that was such a good fucking fight. But yeah, this card was a pretty good card, for a fight night. So, I mean, hats off to the UFC, because the last few have been shit. So congratulations. We're gonna be going on to UFC 276. Man, I really need to catch up on the Ultimate Fighter too. I've missed like the last several episodes. I need to just binge watch that. I don't know what the deal is. I just can't kind of get past all everything. After Helen Peralta lost, I was kind of just like, fuck this show. Because, she's from Iowa. So I was like, oh, fuck this show. She obviously won, in my opinion. But, it wasn't half bad. I kind of always hate waiting fucking a week to watch a show. Like, I like shows like Cobra Kai. So when they come out on fucking Netflix, it's the whole season's there. I can watch the whole season. If it has a cliffhanger, well, that fucking sucks. But, hey, I can watch it here in a few months. Give us something to talk about on the internet. But fucking when I gotta wait another week for a fucking show, week to week, that sucks. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead. What I'm gonna do is I'll probably go over my 5 picks I'm picking for this week, and then I'm gonna go over some of these other fights that are kind of interesting on the card. So I'm just gonna go over them kind of quickly. They're kind of in order, kind of not. I can't remember where they were all on the card. I just kind of picked, kind of gathered kind of what I thought. The best betting lines. We don't have anything. We don't have any odds greater than -210 on this fight card, so that's good. We've got some decent lines. Nothing too amazing, but they are somewhat decent for these. So the first fight that we are going to pick for our 5 picks is going to be, we're going to go with Dricus du Plessis versus over Brad Tavares. Dricus du Plessis is a finisher. His whole career in not in the UFC, but as a fighter, he's finished. He's a finisher. He's had 16 fights, or 18 fights, and I believe 16 of them are by finish. He's got 7 by knockout, 9 by submission. He's a finishing machine. He's been knocked out and subbed once. He's had 2 fights in the UFC, both wins, both by knockout. And he's facing Tavares. Tavares, he's been in the UFC for a while. But he's fought kind of some tough guys. But I just think that Dricus, he's got that knockout power. Tavares is winning a lot of his by decisions, or a lot of his fights are going decision. Getting knocked out. Since being in the UFC, it's a lot of just decisions. Tavares has been with the UFC since 2010. Dang, he's been with the company for quite a year, quite some time. I think Dricus does his thing here. He's obviously the younger fighter, 28 versus Tavares 34. I think it's going to mean more for Du Plessis to win here than it is going to be for Tavares to win. I believe Tavares is ranked 12th at middleweight. It'll be a good win for Dricus. My next pick, I have Jim Miller beating Don Cerrone. This fight is at middleweight, which I didn't know at first, and then it kind of was like, well, Cerrone has fought at middleweight. He's got some wins at middleweight, or not welterweight. This fight's at welterweight, so he's got Cerrone has some wins at welterweight. He's fought this weight more. But the more I thought about it, Cerrone's not, he hasn't been nearly as active as he usually is. I'm just wondering how committed he is to fighting anymore. He's doing movies, he's doing all kinds of things now with his career. He fought last in May 8th of 2021. So he's got over a year off of fighting. He's lost, I don't even know what you'd say. He's had, out of his last 6 fights, he's 0-5 and then 1 no contest. He's just I mean, 4 winners. He lost to Masvidal, lost to Lawler, lost to Till, got a win, lost to Leon Edwards, beat Mike Perry, beat Alex Hernandez, beat Al Quinta, lost to Ferguson, lost to Gaethje, lost to McGregor, lost to Pettis, lost to Morano. Jim Miller, on the other hand, he's out here being a gatekeeper for the division. They're trying to get these young guys in, and they put them against Miller, and Miller's fending him off. I think Miller wins this fight. He's won his last 2 by knockout. I mean, coming out from heavy or from lightweight, he's probably not going to have the same strength in his hands as he does at lightweight. But the submissions are always there too. And he's a gamer. He's in there. He'll go 3 rounds. 3 rounds ain't nothing to him. Him and Cerrone are about the same age. The longer the fight goes on, it's probably going to be better for Cerrone. But I just see Jim Miller as the more active person. I think he fought in February this year, October of 2021. So he's been in the ring more recently. I think he's tied for a record for most fights in his career or something. I don't even remember. It was something crazy, but I think Miller wins here. I think he's got the he's not gonna have the cage rust like Cerrone will. I think he's got a little bit more I feel like he wants it more than Cerrone anymore. I feel like Cerrone Cerrone's just here to fight anymore. He's just like, I'll fight and I'll make some money. So that's kind of my opinion there. I hope not. I hope Cerrone's still fighting for all the right reasons, but I don't know. In the last 6 fights, he hasn't really done shit. His last win was in 2019. Sorry. Next, I have Jalen Turner. I have him beating. Who does he fight? I have Jalen Turner. Where you at? Jalen Turner over Brad Riddell. The reason I like Jalen Turner is because Jalen Turner has a huge height advantage. 6'3" at heavyweight. He's also going to be 7 or 8 inches taller than his opponent. He's going to tower over his opponent. He has only a 4-inch reach advantage, but still that height, he can keep him at bay. He's got more fight experience in the UFC. I just think Jalen Turner is going to be a little more scrappy. Let's see. Riddell he's got a few fights. He's only ever lost to Fiziev, which was recently. 2018 for Jalen Turner, who he lost to Vicente Luque, which is not a bad loss. beat your Uros Medic. Yeah. I mean, he can grapple and get some submissions. Riddell, he's probably going to be a guy that tries to knock you out. He's been submitted once. I don't think it was inside. I think it was in the UFC. No, it was in HFS. So Riddell is 28. Turner is 27. I just think, the Turner can, I think if he can get to the ground, he's going to get Riddell in a sticky situation, probably get a rear naked choke. And it'll be a heck of a way to get a bonus there. My next pick is going to be probably my highest for my odds. I am going to go with Volkanovski to beat Holloway. Now, I know you're going to say, Beast, their last fight was a close one. Some say Holloway might have even won. But look at Volkanovski, who he's fought. He's fought some of the toughest guys out here. Let's just take a look here. Aldo, Holloway. The fight with Ortega was just, and he annihilated, or not annihilated, but the fight against Ortega, that fight was back and forth in my opinion. I think Ortega deserves another shot here pretty soon. And then he fought the Korean Zombie and just walked him down, destroyed him. He's beat Chad Mendez, Elkins. He's fought some good competition and beat them. And he's gotten better with each fight. I think it's hard to go with him against a man he's beat twice already. I love Holloway. Loved some blessed Holloway, But I just think Volkanovski is just kind of, he's that guy in this division. I was gonna see next here. I just want to take a look. I was gonna say, open link and tab here. All right. So Volkanovski, the talk is if he can beat Holloway again, I think they're saying maybe he fights a super fight with Charlie Olives, right? So if he wins, he faces Charles Oliveira. Is it really a fight that needs to happen? Because don't you feel like there is more for don't you think there's more for Charles Oliveira to do in lightweight? I feel like he's got more he's got more people to fight, in my opinion, than just the ones that he's fought already. He's fought Poirier, he's fought Gaethje. There we go. He's fought Gaethje, Chandler, Ferguson, Kevin Lee. He's fought the toughest guys so far in the UFC. He's defended his title against, Poirier and Gaethje. But, you know, um, what's his next fight? They're saying his next fight, I think, is going to be, they want to get him. I don't know if it's official yet, but they want to do, I believe it's Charles Oliveira versus Islam Makhachev in Abu Dhabi. That's a good fight in my opinion. But then, we gotta see some of these other guys fight him, Um, maybe Gamrot gets a shot. Gamrot, in the meantime, fights someone. I think before Charles Oliveira fights Volkanovski for a super fight, he needs to defend the title against someone else. So besides Islam, say he fights Islam, beats Islam, fights Gamrot. They got to at least have him fight Gamrot before he does anything again. Maybe Gamrot faces Dariush. I don't know. Or maybe he fights Gaethje or fights Poirier. I don't know, to see who gets a title shot next. But I don't think a super fight really makes sense for either fighter right now. I think that's what Volkanovski wants. He wants a dual championship, but they've done it. They've done it with McGregor when he wanted to fight. For the lightweight title. So the UFC does what they want to do. There's no real legacy anymore. But I think Volkanovski at lightweight might not be bad. Give someone like at the featherweight division, like Max Holloway to be champion again, Ortega to be champion, Cater to be, Arnold Allen. These guys are all good fighters, in my opinion, that deserve to be, up there. Then my last pick for the night, my fifth pick is Israel Adesanya by KO, TKO, or DQ at plus 150. I think Cannonier has the power to knock out Israel Adesanya. Israel Adesanya knows that. I think the game plan is to let Cannonier punch himself out. Take him into deep waters, round 4, and then I think he's going to be tired by round 4, and Izzy knocks him out into the 4th or into the 5th. When his punches aren't going to have much power to him, Izzy's going to be willing to he's going to slip some shots and counter with a shot that's going to knock him out. I just don't think Cannonier can be the guy that takes Izzy out. Sorry, I'm tired. But if we've seen Izzy go up to light heavyweight and fight for a super crown, I think if a super fight were to happen, after Yuri's proven himself after a couple fights, Yuri Prohaska versus Izzy would be a very interesting fight. Granted, Yuri doesn't goof off and do his funky shit. That's just my opinion, though. Now I'm just going to go over the card a little bit because there is some interesting matchups on this card. Let's see. As far as the early prelims are going to be pretty good. You've got Uriah Hall fighting. I like to watch Uriah Hall. I'd love to see him win. He's fighting Andre Muniz. Don't know much about the female fights. I've heard Jessica I before. She's the underdog here against Macy Barber. prelims, we got Cerrone and Miller. That's good. That's one of my picks. Duplessis and Tavares is a good fight. We got Ian Gary versus Gabriel Green as another fight that's very interesting. Ian Gary is one of those popular prospects right now, from Ireland, so they love the Ireland people. Gabriel Green is a guy that I think is going to be very undervalued in this, because he could totally win this fight. He won his last fight, kind of comeback fashion against Johan Lioness. I know, because I picked Lioness. I was like, Gabriel Green, he fucking can't. He's very hittable. Comes out after his fight, he's like, oh yeah, I had eye surgery. I can totally see a lot better now than I ever have been. And definitely didn't get knocked out. I think Gabriel Green has a very good possibility of coming out and winning this fight. I would not put it past Gabriel Green to win this fight. Very, very kind of very undervalued here. I would feel safe betting on Gabriel Green. I will probably put a bet on him and root for him. Riddell versus Jalen Turner. That's one of our picks that we have for our main picks. The main card is pretty fun. We got our boy Sugar Sean facing Pedro Munoz. Sean is a favorite. He's minus 295. Munoz is very hittable. I want to see if I think O'Malley has a pretty good reach advantage on here. Yeah, he has a 7.5 inch reach advantage on him. I think Sugar Sean. I mean, this is a good. This one could be one that could get taken to the distance. Munoz has never. I don't think he's ever been knocked out in the UFC. We can definitely take a look, though. I don't think he's ever been knocked out in the UFC. So if anything, we'll see the gas tank on Sugar Sean. I know everybody just says, hey, O'Malley looks at the clock all the time. O'Malley does this. O'Malley's fight intelligence is very good. Sometimes you need to know exactly how much time is left in a fight. You guys that think that just because he's looking at the clock, he's tired. You're the same asshole coaches in wrestling that think that fucking kids that looking at the clock are tired. No, sometimes you need to know how much time you have left to do something. If you look at the clock and you're down 4 points, or 3 points or whatever, and you look at the clock and you've got a minute 30 left, maybe it's time you gotta fucking cut him and try for another takedown, cut him and try to take him down again, do what you need to do. Or maybe I need to fucking turn him over and try to pin him. Same thing with a fight. You've got to know exactly what you need to do. If you're down in the third round and you have 2.5 minutes left, you probably are going to look for a knockdown, a knockout, submission. You got to know, if you got to take this guy down, what your best path to victory is. You can do it in the first round, second round, third round. Sometimes you just need to know where you're at. Maybe you need to do enough to win this round, so you got to do something. Don't be stuck in that stupid ass mind frame that you've got to do that he's tired, that he's looking at the clock. That doesn't mean you're tired. Does not mean you're tired. Sean O'Malley, I think if anything, he'll go 3 rounds, win this by decision. He could very easily catch Munoz, knock him down, pounce on him, and finish him with a TKO. I think I was looking up to see if Munoz has ever been knocked out. Nope, he's never been knocked out. So he's lost 7 decisions. So he's lost his last 4 out of 5. He beat Jimmy Rivera in 2021. So early 2021. He fought 3 times in 2021. So lost to Jose Aldo, which I'm pissed at the UFC for not giving my boy fucking Jose a fucking title shot. That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. Dana, that's some bullshit. Fuck TJ Dillashaw. Fuck him. Aldo has done nothing but work his way back to title contention. Then you fuck him by not giving him a title shot. You give this fucking TJ Dillashaw a fucking title shot. That's bullshit. Bullshit. And then Munoz lost to Dominic Cruz as well. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, you can tell I'm salty about that. I think O'Malley does win this one. It could be unanimous decision 30-27. It could be unanimous decision 29-28. Maybe Munoz gets a round out of him. Maybe the last round. But I think maybe the first round, maybe the last round. I could see him winning a round. Then we have Robbie Lawler. See, I didn't want to really pick O'Malley. He's a minus 295 favorite in my books. So there's no real reason to bet him, especially when I don't think he can knock him out. So that's why I didn't really put that. I didn't put that on my card. Next we have Robbie Lawler versus Brian Barberena. This fight's very interesting. Robbie Lawler has just kind of his last 5 fights, he's 1-4. If you go beyond that, 2-5. I mean, he had a good little run there. From about, when he came back to UFC. Lost to Hendricks when he was back. He beat Jake Ellenberger. Beat Matt Brown, who Barberena just barely beat. But this is a Matt Brown from 2014, so he's in a lot better shape. They beat Hendricks for the grudge match there. Make it 1-1. You beat Carlos Condit, who Carlos Condit back in the day was a good fight. That was a split decision. That one was a very good fight. He lost to Tyrone Woodley, beat Donald Cerrone, lost to RDA, lost to Ben Askren. Very controversial call on that one. Lost to Colby Covington, lost to Neil Magny, beat Nick Diaz, but it's kind of I don't know. I don't even know really count that fight. So Lawler hasn't looked great in his last few fights. Barberena's 3-2 in his last 5. Kind of a back and forth career here for him. He's fought since 2015. So he beat Sage Northcutt, who Sage Northcutt was, not ready yet. Lost to Colby Covington, lost to Leon Edwards, beat Ellenberger, lost to Luque, lost to Randy Brown, lost to Jason Witt. So his last 2 fights have been he's beat Darren Weeks and Matt Brown. I really want to see Lawler win here because he is a Militich fighting system guy. Iowa, all those ties. But in my opinion, I think Brian Barberino wins this fight. He probably wins this one by knockout. I just don't think Lawler's got much in his tank anymore. He's 33 and Lawler is 40. I mean, to still be doing this at 40, hats off to Lawler, but get out, man. Get out while people still know who you are. Or get this win and go out on top, but don't stick around too much longer, please. And then we have Sean Strickland versus Alex Pereira. I think this fight is going to be. I want to stay away from this one. I think Sean Strickland is going to win this fight because people are counting him out of this fight. I think he's the favorite in this one, but I think there's too many people that think just because Alex Pereira beat Adesanya in their kickboxing fight that he has a chance against him here. Where's that? No, it's basically a pick'em, is what they say. In my opinion, this is not a pick'em. I think Strickland will know what to do against Pereira. Strickland can outpoint you. He can sit there and outpoint you. Look up his fight against Hermanson. He beat Hermanson. Says split decision. I don't think it was a split decision, but I'd say that Strickland can sit there and outpoint you. He beat Uriah Hall by decision, unanimous decision. Beat Jotko by decision. He can sit there and beat you how he needs to. He doesn't have to go for a knockout. He's got 10 on his resume, 4 submissions, and 11 decisions for his 25 wins. He can do it. He's lost the decision to Usman. But yeah. I don't think Pereira, he's only, 6 fights in? Yeah, 6 fights in. And basically he's on the fast track, really. Kind of like Yuri was. Yuri was a fast track to the title shot just because of who he fought outside of the UFC, But I think Strickland wins this fight. I think it's just he's got the experience. Pereira has a lot of kickboxing experience, but I don't think the UFC is totally different than boxing, kickboxing. I think Strickland's going to do enough to win this fight, He'll take it where it needs to be. He might take it to the ground, but I think Strickland's the difference between people like Pereira and Strickland is I think Strickland's a lot more hungrier than Pereira. I don't know how to say his name, so I just kind of say it fast and, somewhat like it. But yeah, I think Strickland's hungrier. I don't think a title means much to him, but I think he kind of wants, I think he likes fighting, and I think he's kind of like that Chuck Liddell mentality that he'll fight anybody, anywhere, anytime, for anything. But definitely think that he's going to win this fight. And when you check back next week and I'm right, I'll tell you I told you so. I don't think Pereira is going to beat him. I think it's going to be a 30-10 unanimous decision for Strickland. Call me crazy, but yeah, I don't think this is a pick'em at all. Then obviously we said Volk over Holloway. Do love some Holloway, but I think that's, it's Volkanovski. I think he wants to have 2 titles, so I think he's going to win this fight and next fight and have a super fight. But yeah, and then Adesanya over Cannonier. I think he's gonna beat Izzy, or I think Izzy's gonna beat Cannonier. But yeah. So those are my picks, and that's my breakdown. We'll see you guys next week. We do have a pretty decent card coming up after this one, I believe. After that, we have Dos Anjos versus Fiziev, which is a good one, and then the week after that, we have Ortega versus Rodriguez. We don't have a break until August, the week between August 27th and September 3rd. So we've got one, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7 more events before we have a break. And they'll probably add one in between there just to fuck with us. But we do have Pena versus Nunez pretty soon. That'll be pretty cool. I think Nunez wins the second fight. I think she wins the rematch, just between me and you. The odds will be better. I think the money will be better on that too. So, but anyways, that's all for me, guys. You guys have a great evening, and I hope these bets all pan out for you. Shout out to our sponsors, Jolly Mac Coffee, Glitch Energy, any sponsors that we do have that I forgot to mention. Those are the two main ones I always remember. Jolly Mac Delicious Coffee, Glitch Energy, tasty energy drinks. Yeah, but like we say, always make the bet because you believe so, not because we said so. All right. Peace.